Background check mistakes violate your rights most often when you're in the position of applying for a new job or potentially your first job. The rights violation occurs when someone else's crime is going to appear on your own credit report. They call them credit reports, even though it's a background check report. And based upon that crime on your background check report, that's going to preclude you from getting the job. At that point, that's when you have the ability to sue. And in fact, I would recommend that you do sue, because if you're getting held back from one job, the next employer is going to see that same crime, and the next employer, and the next employer, and then you're going to be held out of the workforce unfairly until you take care of it. When you see someone else's false crime on your background check, the entity you're going to sue is actually the company that prepared that background check report. So when you check the box when you're filling out the application, that authorizes your potential employer to pull your background check. And there's various companies throughout the country that do that. There's a couple of big ones, similar to how we have the big three credit bureaus. But when you are not hired for that job, they'll tell you, we looked at this specific background check company, found this specific crime. From there, that's how you know who to sue and for what when they're mixing that false crime with you. Juries and the average person really understand how hard and how horrible it would be to not get your dream job because someone else's crime is on your credit report. So we're suing for a number of things in those types of cases. We're suing for that lost income that you thought you would have. We're suing for those benefits that was supposed to protect you and your family. We're suing for that emotional distress of you being told that you cannot have your dream job because you're a felon, and that's not true. And on top of all that, we're also suing for punitive damages to punish these entities that put together your background checks, reports, using outdated algorithms and systems that cause the wrong person's information to be reported to your background check report. The damages for all of those areas can vary significantly, but easily we're looking for 6 figures, multiple 7 figures for these types of cases because of the massive impact these issues have on you and your livelihood. In the criminal background check context, the potential employer is not someone we're suing. We sue the background check company that put together the background check report inappropriately and using outdated information. So you engaging this type of lawsuit doesn't mean you're going to sue a potential employer. You're not going to burn that bridge and never be able to apply there. In fact, an employer probably never know if you filed this type of lawsuit. Suing for a background check error is a crucial step in order to ensure that you will be able to obtain employment in the future. Because keep in mind that when you have this type of violation, what that means is that someone else's criminal history stopped you from getting a job that you wanted. And if it stopped you once, that criminal history is going to stop you again and again in the future until you take care of it. And really, unfortunately, the main way and only realistic way to take care of these issues is to engage a lawyer and call local law to file the lawsuit to get that history cleaned up.